Thomas Massie and Ro Khanna have emerged as a bipartisan, dynamic duo, and they are just what D.C. needs right now as heinous villains emerge left and right, and actually mostly from the right, to protect the president who parties with pedophiles. Now, in our featured story today, these brave guardians of fleeting justice swung by Face the Nation earlier this morning to make it absolutely clear they have a plan to deal with these illegal delays of the Epstein files, and, most importantly, they have their sights set on the Mar Parker of Trump's goon squad, Pamela Joe Bondi. Welcome to Occupy Democrats, and hit the subscribe button to help us fight for justice and expose the villains of democracy.
Gee, Batman, I never thought of that. You're right.
It's the very essence of our democracy.
In today's breaking story, Thomas Massie and Ro Khanna made a very important appearance on Face the Nation just a few hours ago to follow up on Trump's big, beautiful Epstein files stall. And as you'll see in a second, they're ready to make good on Massie's recent promise, very serious promise to Congress.
If you're a party to that in the Senate, you are part of this cover-up that we are trying to expose. I am sorry if one of your billionaire donors is going to get embarrassed because he went to Island. That is what they have coming. In fact, they need to be on the other side of bars, a lot of them. Some of them will be embarrassed, but some of them need to go to prison, and the survivors know that. So how will we know if this bill has been successful? We will know when there are men, rich men, in handcuffs being perp-walked to the jail. And until then, this is still a cover-up.
And on that note, earlier today on Face the Nation, the two most vital voices in the Epstein file cover-up sat down with Margaret Brennan, and they made it clear they are kicking ass and taking names. Let's check out these highlights. Watch for the last clip in the series. Please stick around for it. And please, if you have her number, call Pam Bondi. She may need a loan from her sugar daddy because these guys mean business. And Pam Bondi will pay the price.
I've talked to the survivors why this is such a slap in the face. One of the survivors said they released her name accidentally, but they still have not released the FBI file about the people who abused her at her request. And the problem here is that there are rich and powerful people. We all know this. There are 1,200 victims. They're rich and powerful people who either engaged in this abuse, covered it up, or were on this island. And what the American people want to know is, who are these people? And instead of holding them accountable, Pam Bondi is breaking the law. And this is the corrupt system, the Epstein class that people are sick of. So I believe we're going to get bipartisan support in holding her accountable, and a committee of Congress should determine whether these redactions are justified.
What are you going to do about it to force them to comply? I mean, can you do anything?
Oh, absolutely. Look, people have talked about, and by the way, Todd Blanche is the face of this, but it's really the Attorney General's office, Pam Bondi, who is responsible. And there are several ways to get at this. Some take longer, some are shorter. The quickest way, and I think most expeditious way to get justice for these victims, is to bring inherent contempt against Pam Bondi, and that doesn't require going through the courts. And give her, and basically Ro Khanna and I are talking about and drafting that right now.
Okay, and here's that bad news for Bondi, clip of the day that I mentioned earlier. This couldn't happen to a sweeter peach.
On another network this morning, Democratic Senator Tim Kaine said impeachment or contempt, it is premature, Congressman Khanna, and the Deputy Attorney General said bring it on. They don't seem to be taking this very seriously, and if you just don't have the math in the Senate, including, at least now, this Democratic senator not being convinced, doesn't that sort of show that you're at the limit of pressure?
No, we only need the House for inherent contempt, and we're building a bipartisan coalition, and it would fine Pam Bondi for every day that she's not releasing these documents.
Well, thank goodness for the bipartisan principled leadership that Massie and Khanna are showing every day. We have not seen a dynamic duo like those two in a long time. Happy winter solstice and Merry Christmas.
If you can't trust Santa, whom can you trust?